Your goddess has no dominion here.
Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Facundo and I hope you're doing fine. Today I'm here to talk about Avatar Fire and Ash. You know what? I love the first one. Actually, the thing I loved the most with the first Avatar was the feeling I had watching the movie, because it was something new. All these flying rocks and mountains and all that in 3D was amazing. It was a great experience and very immersive. I loved it a lot. And I saw the movie with my friends and we all enjoyed it. So we went to see it many times. And it was a great feeling. But then when the second one hit, The Way of Water, I liked the movie too. I loved it, but it didn't give me the same kick as the first one. So let's begin. The thing is, with the third movie, is, as James Cameron has said, that The Way of Water and Fire and Ash are kind of the same movie, kind of, because it's like he cut the same movie in two parts. The Way of Water and Fire and Ash is actually the same movie, kind of. And you feel it when I watch the movie. The thing is, I really wanted to see more of Pandora. I want to see more world building, because the world building in Avatar is very good. The thing is, Jake, Sully and his family stayed with the Water Tribe after the death of their son that happened in The Way of Water. I think I would like to have seen more, to see more of Pandora. That's why the movie didn't hit home so much for me, because it was too much of the same thing. And the movie felt too much like The Way of Water, so it felt like watching an extension of The Way of Water instead of seeing its own thing. And when the movie really started to feel really good for me was when the flying Navi came. Well, they were like a tradesmen and they came and doing trades with everybody, and they came with these flying big things. They actually looked like Nope. You know Nope? The big monster in Nope that flies around and eats people? Okay, these flying creatures reminded me of Nope. And the traders, they were kind of cool. So I wanted to know more about the traders. What's the culture about? Everybody else lives by the water or in the forest or the rainforest or things like that. But this Navi actually chose to live on these big flying ships, and they were attached to this big Nope creature, like boo, like that, boo, and it was fun. And Sully, he needs to save his adopted son, Spider, because Spider is a big character in this movie. And actually, in this movie, Spider becomes the most central character in the whole lore. You're going to find out later. I'm not gonna tell you because this has no spoiler review. But Spider becomes very important. So Sally's like, maybe the Sky Traders should bring Spider along, so we can save him that way. But a lot of shit happens, and then we don't see Sky people anymore, because then we meet Varang. Then we meet the evil Fire Tribe, and they are very evil and very menacing. And Varang, the leader, she's very cool. And actually, she's so cool, so she wears the whole ticket, because she actually makes a lot of the movie. She's like, she feels like an evil pirate, and she's doing crazy stuff, and I liked it. She's like very scary. Maybe it's too scary for some children. And the thing is, I was like, oh, all the Sky Traders are dead. They just showed up, say hello, and yeah. But then I was like, oh, then I'm gonna meet Varang and know more about her. So I was like, oh, maybe we're gonna learn more about these people. But the movie stays with the Water Tribe, and it's a whole scene that reminds me of Law and Order, like Law and Order, but with the whales, and like, where they decide what's gonna happen to the outcast whale. The big whale, like the leader, is like, oh, you killed somebody, so I don't want you to stay because he killed somebody, and that means he can't stay with the rest of the tribe. And that plot was okay, I liked it, but I saw that plot way the water. So I wanted to see more things. I wanted to see more of the evil fire tribe. And then the Colonel Miles, he's like a clone, and after he died, they put his mind inside of an avatar clone. So he actually died, but now he's like a clone with the mind of the old guy. That character is actually very cool too. The best characters for me in this movie is actually Spider, because he has an amazing arc in this movie. The Colonel and the evil leader. And I wanted to see more of them, but we stayed with the whales. The movie feels like an amazing video game or like an amazing animated movie because everything looks very, very good, and it looks like maybe PlayStation or something will feel like in the future, and it's very immersive and it looks great, it looks fantastic, but it's too long. It's way too long. Some parts feels like an anime because in anime a lot of episodes could be the same fight where Goku or Luffy are fighting the same big bad for like 10 episodes or something like that, because it was like a big fight and nothing really happens. So if you need to go to the toilet, it's actually when you can go to the toilet because the movie is very long and I enjoyed it, but it's a little bit too long. The thing is, Spider, he can't breathe in Pandora. Like you have seen in the trailers, something happens. I'm not gonna tell you what happens, but things changes for him. So he becomes a very central character in the lore of Pandora and Avatar. So I'm interested and intrigued to know what's gonna happen with him later. Fire and Ash gives me a Wicked for Good feeling because Wicked for Good is the second act of the musical. And this actually feels like the same thing. It feels like the second act, the way water, instead of seeing its own thing. And the movie is 3.5 hours long. It's like 3:45 something with the trailers and everything. Oh, there are some very cool trailers, so go and watch it because the trailers are very cool. You're going to want to see the trailers. I'm not saying anymore. It's a big reason to watch the movie, the trailers. Then suddenly, in the third act, Jake Sully's son, Loak, he starts to narrate what happens. And I was like, oh, so maybe the movie's gonna end now. But no, it continued. It felt like it was gonna be much longer. But they did it this way to cut the movie down. But all in all, the movie is kind of great. It's not super good, it's not very good, but I love the animation, I love all the computer graphics, I love all the stuff. And I actually liked Spider's arc a lot. It was very good because he becomes very central, and I like the lore. So all in all, I like the movie. It's worth watching in the cinema because it's very cool and the 3D effects are amazing. But immersive is very beautiful and it's cool. But you have to have seen The Way of Water to understand anything in the movie because the movie is too attached to The Way of Water. Thanks for watching. I hope you're doing great and happy holidays. Okay, have you seen Avatar? You like Avatar? Tell me down in the comments. And you know what? While you're down there, please leave a like. It's gonna help me a lot. And you know what? Something else that you can do?
Smash that subscribe button!
And you know another thing that's gonna help me a lot? Why not subscribe? Because if you subscribe, we can hang out with each other even more, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. And check out my other videos. And happy holidays! Okay, bye bye hugs, take care, bye bye hugs, bye bye hugs. Pom pom pom, pachom pachom chom, quédate, pom pom.